Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Jen Laurie. I'm a certified holistic nutrition practitioner here in our community with Healthy Fit Beautiful, and I'm so excited to be coming here to talk about our daily health system because it has been flying off the shelf. Many of you are trying it right now, and I wanted to come on and just kind of help you guys out with the best way to approach this system to get the optimal results, and also to answer some of the questions that have been popping up, because of course people get different results because we are all biochemically unique. Our bodies have been through different things, and we're at different stages of health when we jump into beginning to address some of our health concerns, and our health really operates in layers. And so I'm hoping this is super helpful for you. If you do have additional questions, you can comment down below. I will come back and check those questions later. If there is something that I am sharing that is confusing, or if you have questions beyond what I'm saying today that you would like answers for, I am more than happy to come back and do that. So I've been practicing in the holistic health space for over a decade, and really my expertise over the past few years has been honing in on metabolic health. It started from my own personal health journey of getting my metabolic health under control, because when I turned 40, everything changed. Nothing was working properly. I was heading towards things like insulin resistance, hormonal health issues, sleep issues. I had inflammation and pain happening in my body. I was putting on weight like crazy. It didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter. I looked at food. I gained weight. Like, this was the situation after I turned 40, and I really had to dial in on my metabolic health. Now, if you guys haven't been watching, maybe this is the first time you've been in this group and hearing this, but just so you know, 95% of us adults are walking around with some sort of metabolic dysfunction in our body. That's 19 out of 20 people in the room. Like, it's completely crazy. And what we are discovering is that all chronic illness, all health concerns are literally connected to metabolic health. So this is a really important thing. It is so exciting to be part of a community who is leading the way in making this change in our health, because this is it's going to change the way we look at health completely, and we're just at the beginning stages of this. So let's talk about the Daily Health System. The Daily Health System contains two products. It is Transform, our sugar to fiber enzyme, and it is our Activate. So I'll start with Transform. Transform, what it does, it's not a weight loss product. Just so you guys know, a lot of people are looking at it as a weight loss product. It is not a weight loss product. What it does is it helps to manage your blood sugars, because it takes 50 to 90% of the glucose coming through your body and converts it to a prebiotic fiber called alpha glucan, which is going to reduce the amount of sugar hitting your bloodstream, which then can reduce the amount of insulin being pumped into your body, which can have a ripple effect on your body, because it's going to make those changes. So let's move on to Activate for a minute. Activate is like a 3-in-1 product. There's nothing else like it on the market. You would have to go out and purchase 3 products to potentially do the same thing, but it wouldn't give you the same result, because they wouldn't be matched to the formulation to be perfectly working synergistically together within those ingredients. So there really is no way to duplicate what Activate does in the body. So it helps with circulation, it helps with metabolism, it helps with body composition, it helps with your gut hormones, it activates your GLP-1 hormone production. It doesn't mimic. So a lot of the things on the market right now, what happens is it makes your body think that there's an increase of the GLP-1 hormone in your body, but it isn't. And there's just a load of complications and health concerns that can happen when we do that to our body. So this is actually not putting GLP-1 hormone in your body. It is giving your body the nutrients it needs to turn that switch back on. And when your GLP-1 turns on, what happens is it's like an on switch to your gut hormones. So you're going to start being able to read your body cues better. You're going to know when you're full. You're going to know when you're hungry. You're going to not have the cravings between meals. It does help regulate your blood sugars as well. It's just a whole thing. It is also, this Activate is also going to activate, it's perfectly named. It's going to activate your AMPK. Your AMPK, what that is that is your master switch to your metabolism. And in studies, it is shown that it actually targets abdominal fat. That is where we're going to be holding our visceral fat. That is our high risk disease fat that we need to be shrinking to get our metabolic health back on track. It also helps with the potential repair of our DNA. So there's so many things, but so some people are seeing really fast results, right? So the reason why I came on here is there was a few people who are not necessarily experiencing what we're seeing a lot of others experience, and they had some questions. So I decided I would come on and just kind of give you guys some tips, some ideas of why and how and what and all of those things. So some people are seeing results right away, which include things like better hormone health, better cortisol management in their body, better sleep has been like probably one of the top things that people are experiencing is better sleep. That seems to be happening really fast for almost everybody. Better blood sugar management, weight loss, inches lost, food cravings disappearing, brain fog disappearing. These are a lot of the things that are happening right away for people. And what's actually happening at that cellular level is better blood flow. So you're having better blood flow and distribution of nutrients. You are going to start experiencing cellular repair. You're not exactly going to feel it necessarily or see it, but it's happening. So it's going to, and again, everybody is at a different stage when they come onto the program. So it's going to happen in different time frames for everyone. So you're going to be seeing improved insulin sensitivity. You're going to see that GLP-1 production. You're going to see immune support happening. So better immune system is going to build over time as well. You're going to see a reduction of inflammation in the body. There's a whole cortisol connection too. One of the things that I've been observing is the connection to cortisol. So I'm going to talk about that just for one moment here because a lot of people know about insulin resistance. We talk about insulin resistance. It's all over. It is a huge multi-trillion-dollar industry where people are suffering with some sort of insulin struggle, but know that it doesn't, like, if you're not overweight, it doesn't mean you're not experiencing insulin resistance. There's so much more to it than that. And I'm not going to get too deep into that today, but know that you could be experiencing insulin resistance even if you don't have like markers on your blood work that show that. And so with insulin resistance, what happens is there's a trickle-down effect of affecting your hormones, your sleep hormones, your gut hormones, your hormone production in general, and also your stress hormones and your ability, like your fat-burning hormones. All of those things are connected to insulin resistance. But what a lot of people don't know is that we also can become cortisol resistant. And if we become cortisol resistant, we're going to see those inflammatory conditions ramp up. And what I'm seeing with the Activate, it is really, really helping with the cortisol management in the body and creating a place in the body where the body can now utilize the cortisol the way it's supposed to be. And that is helping with management of the stress hormone. So I'll give you just like a real simple example. For me, this has been a huge, I've been personally impacted with this. And what I'm finding is that things that used to take my stress levels up to here are now like only getting to here. Like I just like have a better management of my cortisol, and I'm also sleeping better. And so that deeper sleep, I believe, has to do with the cortisol management because your cortisol comes down at night. And when your cortisol is being managed properly, you're going to get a better sleep. So that is my personal opinion of what's happening with the sleep and why we're seeing improved sleep. yeah, so this is kind of what's happening with the product. Now, how to best use the product is to follow the guide that comes with it. I know a lot of us, we get really, really excited. We get really, really excited. We get something new, we rip it open, and we don't like read through the material. I want to encourage you all to read this, take it in and take it seriously. Because our metabolic health is not just this, like, take a magic pill and your metabolic health is going to radically change. It is going to happen in layers. And yes, these supplements are going to help with the biochemical changes in the body. It's going to help with that. But what it's really doing is it's helping support our body biochemically so that the functions of the body start to flow properly. Okay. But also what these products are doing is supporting us to make changes with our habits, which is resulting in a changed relationship with food. And so just to point out a couple of the things that I feel as a metabolic coach, I feel are really, really important for you to pay attention to is the timing of your food is huge. So eating your 3 meals a day, spacing them out, ditching the snacking, and that sounds like an impossible task for a lot of people who have been told that eating 5 to 6 meals helps with the metabolism. It doesn't. It's a metabolism killer and it creates insulin resistance. So we want to be ditching the snacking. And what's really cool about these products is when you take them, you no longer actually even think about food between meals. It stabilizes your blood sugar, so that gets rid of your sugar cravings. It gets rid of all those cravings. It helps better manage your energy levels throughout the day so that you are not having the cravings. Because the cravings happen because our energy level, our blood sugars dip. So eating the 3 meals a day, spaced 4 hours apart, 4 to 5 hours is what I recommend, is really, really important. Another thing that's really important is drinking your water. Drinking your water. If you are not drinking half your body weight in ounces, your body is unable to flush the fiber through, that excess fiber that you're going to have in your body because of the Transform. It is also not going to be able to support the processes of your body healing itself. And so it's really, really important that you're getting your water in, because what's going to happen when your body is on a system of changing your health, what will happen is as your fat cells shrink, it's going to be releasing toxins in your body, because our body holds on to toxins in our fat cells. And if we are not drinking enough water to flush them through, they can create some problems in our body. We might feel a little more tired. We might feel a little more achy. And that is the toxins circulating in your body because they're not flushing through. So water is so important. Focusing on your sleeping habits. One of the best things you can do is have a sleep habit. It means that you're going to bed at roughly the same time every day and waking up at the same time. Creating those patterns are really, really healthy. So, okay, so why everybody might have results at different stages, right? Some people see results right away. I've seen testimonies of people losing 7 pounds in their very first week. Okay, we also have a different starting point. So just know that not everybody is going to lose 7 pounds in their first week, and that's okay. It's the same as any program that we start. Everybody kind of has different results. One of the things to pay attention to, though, is what are the results you're feeling, right? Don't look at the scale, but I just want to talk for a minute about all the different ways that you can really be, all the different ways that you can be looking at to, measure the results you're getting. Okay. So number one, you want to be taking pictures. You want to be taking pictures because sometimes we don't notice. And you might just be looking at the scale. You might gain weight, but you actually lost a whole bunch of fat and gained muscle. So we don't want to just be looking at weight. Yes, you can weigh yourself. That's a measurement, but it is only one of many measurements. I personally recommend people go get a body composition scale. There are Renpho scale. A Renpho scale is the one that I recommend. If you go get a body composition scale, they're inexpensive, but they give you so much more information. There's also an app that a lot of people are using called Me360. It does a full body scan, so it's going to be measuring your body composition changes. There is continuous glucose monitors that you can wear to see that you're getting results, because you might not think you're getting results, but you're just not maybe in tune to the results. Maybe you've got a lot of stress in your life. Maybe you're very busy, so you're just not quite connected yet with your body. That can be the case. And so a continuous glucose monitor is going to show you that you are getting results. So wearing one before you start the program and wearing one while you are doing the program, but you can also learn what are your triggers through using a continuous glucose monitor as well. You can be testing your blood pressure. That is another measurement that might shift using the products if that is a concern for you. Those are just some things that you can do, because a lot of times we're like, I'm not getting results because I'm not losing weight. Well, you could be getting results. You just don't know what the results are because you maybe not be using all of the measurement tools to see what could be happening. So we want to be looking at all the measurement tools. And here's the thing, guys. If you have been on this journey for a while, it's not going to completely reverse overnight. It takes time and consistency. Anyone who tells you you can completely reverse something, like years of potential damage in the body, years of, functions not happening, maybe there's some overloads of toxins, 30 days is not going to change the complete picture. And so you need to be committed to using this system for a minimum of 90 days. Because what I'm seeing is that a lot of people are going to give up if they don't see results in 30 days. But those who have continued to pursue beyond the 30 days, between 4 and 6 weeks for some people, it's like a magic switch turns on. A switch all of a sudden turns on. They're like, oh, I'm not really feeling the results everyone else is feeling. I don't understand why. My energy hasn't shifted yet. Nothing has shifted yet. But they didn't go on it long enough, because remember, your health happens in layers, right? There's layers of healing happening at that cellular level with the body doing what it needs to do to get those things. Or maybe your GLP-1 hormone is so depleted that it's going to take time to build up to a point where you actually feel the changes. So you need to be consistent for 90 days minimum before you decide whether this is working for you or not. And using all of those tools, and take this seriously. What are you eating? What's your body movement like? What are the things? And so, okay, the next thing that I'm going to address, thank you guys for being here. I'm so excited to share this information with you, and tag someone below if they're having a struggle and you think this information will be beneficial for them. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to address is some people are feeling maybe bloating or lower energy instead of higher energy. So I want to talk about what are the things that could possibly be contributing to that, and what we can do to shift things to have better results. So if there is bloating happening, we need to look at our water intake, because we have just increased the fiber in our body when you're using the Transform. How much Transform are you using? Are you taking it as recommended, one before lunch and one before dinner? Or are you throwing extra in there? Are you trying to get faster results by adding more? It doesn't always work that way. More isn't always better. More can complicate and jam up the system. So follow the system, and maybe for you, if you have really slow motility, you might have to start at 1 a day. You might have to start at 1 a day while your body is going through the processes. Okay, so number 1, look at your intake of water. Number 2, what is the timing that you are using the products? Because some people might do better with different timings of when they consume. When we created this guide, remember that it's general, like it's for everyone. And that means that you might have to tweak it a little bit to make it perfect for your body. So maybe instead of 30 minutes before your lunch and your dinner for Transform, you might take it an hour before. And are you drinking water with it, right? Are you drinking your water with it? And and if you're watching right now and you've had to shift the timing, go ahead and comment down below the shifts that you made that made it work better for you, because that might help someone else who's on this journey where they're trying to shift it so that it works for them. So we can see that it's a little bit different for everybody, okay? So comment down below if you have tweaked it, the timing of anything that you're taking. Comment down below so that we can all help each other through this process. And then some people like Activate first thing in the morning on an empty stomach is the best for them. And other people taking it before breakfast, lunch. Other people are going to take it between lunch and supper. Like, know that it's okay to shift it around a little bit, okay? Now, if you're feeling a little bit exhausted and you've just started, you're in your first 30 days of the program, it can be a couple of things. Again, the water can be one thing, but another thing is if your body is really releasing a lot of stored up toxins, you might feel exhausted for the first little while. You might feel tired before it perks you up. So know that that can be a possibility. Secondly, if you are feeling at all like dizzy or anything to that kind of low energy, you might just need to change your portion. If you normally have low blood pressure or your blood pressures are being monitored by any sort of pharmaceuticals, you might start with half a scoop of Activate and build your way up. So know that portions and timing can be changed, but start with what the system tells you to do, because that's the best place to start. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you guys for commenting with the different shifts that you've made to make it work best for you. And again, it's going to happen in layers. The body is going to be shifting in different layers. So you're going to see different results, and make sure you are doing all of the measurements, not just weight on the scale, because ultimately you could actually put 2 pounds on in a week. Oh, look at that. That was fun. Oh my gosh. I want to put 2 pounds on in a week because maybe it's muscle. Maybe it's muscle you just put on, right? Because remember, muscle weighs more than fat. It's more dense. So what we could be seeing is that body composition changing, right? The body composition changing means you're going to build up more muscle, right? And you're going to be getting rid of the fat, especially the abdominal area, which is where we want to. And then also just like really repairing at that cellular level. So that's going to decrease your risk for all the diseases that are connected to metabolic health, which if you didn't catch the beginning, that's all of them. And so I just want to wish you guys the best. I'm going to come back and read the comments. So if you do have questions or, concerns that weren't addressed here today, please let me know. I will be more than happy to give you whatever advice I can to help you through this process, because this is going to take the world by storm. And if you are not part of our community yet, you need to jump on board, because we are changing lives and we want to make the biggest impact that we can. And we are so excited to lock arms with everyone who is committed to making this change for themselves and everyone around in their community. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing Friday, and we'll see you again. Bye.